Facebook advertising tools. Obviously, if you're on Facebook, the posts that you create are free, other than employee time to create them or any kind of promotions related to them. But you typically only end up reaching, for the most part, people who are already following you, or occasionally, if your people who are already following you interact with you in some way. They like something that you've done, they share, they comment. In that case, those posts will go beyond your normal range of people and go out into those people's news feeds and things like that. But if you're looking to try to find a way to definitely move beyond your current base, this is one of the ways that Facebook gives you. Mainly, we're going to use this just to be able to estimate audience sizes and things like that. So I'm going to go to facebook.com/ads. It's going to remind me. It's got a bunch of good overviews, tells you about success stories, kind of describes how it works, some other good links. But we're basically going to it's reminding you to first start with making a good page with good content on it. Then we're going to be doing this, connecting with people, and then engaging the audience. So I'm going to go to create an ad. And it's going to definitely ask you, what kind of results do you want? Do you want page post engagement, likes, comments, shares, video plays, photo views, the number of page likes, the number of clicks out to a website, number of app installs directly from within Facebook, like downloading, clicking on a link that takes you directly to the Domino's page where you download the app, how often people engage with that app, especially if it's one that's created within Facebook, some different things. Let's go ahead and just start off with page post engagement. Choose your URL. Domino's on Facebook. We're going to keep this geared toward basically we're using Facebook to sponsor other Facebook pages within your account, although you could be using it for outside type of stuff as well. So we'll go here. Okay, I may not see all the options. Let's see if we can continue. So here are basically, it's throwing in an example of what you could be able to do based on what it can already find in the account. So let's go ahead and just here and say, look, our audience right now, because we haven't set anything else, is $180 million people within just the US. Well, we have options in here to be able to change age, gender, broad categories of interest groups. We can target specifically that we want, in a way, iPhone users, that we end up wanting Android users, people who are interested in other different kind of topics, relationship status, education, all kinds of different things before we get on down. So let's go ahead and just start off with a few of these things. The entire country, let's see, if Domino said 18 to 49, which is really broad, that means that we're potentially going to be able to reach up to 130 million people in the United States. If we wanted to just say 18 to 49-year-old women, 68 million people. Let's just keep this on all for right now. Broad categories. Family status. Actually, let's go to food and drink. Food and dining. People who have expressed some kind of an interest in the United States, 18 to 49-year-old, that have done some kind of interaction or say something on their profile pages that they're interested in food and dining. Could also end up deciding that we want to check only people who are, let's just say, married. So that just took us from 72 million people down to 22 million people if we're just looking at married people or in a relationship. If that's one of our target groups, 34 million potential people that we could be reaching with this. Good. Enter a language here. Just say, look, we only want to reach people who are speaking English as their first language. That drills a few other people out. Account settings, what kind of dollars and stuff like that you're going to end up doing. The name of our campaign, the budget per day that we're going to go ahead and allow to use. I can go back in here and switch to advanced pricing. You'll be charged every time someone sees your ad or sponsored stories. So this is broad engagement to just get this out in front of people. But if I wanted to change this to be optimized for page post engagement, clicks, impressions, I have some about ability to change the parameters for the engagement. I'm going to go ahead and just review this order, but I'm not going to go ahead and place it. So that's just telling me again the total number of people that I could end up reaching. I'm going to go back to say that I'm going to create an ad. Don't do this too many times or Facebook will get on you. I'm going to come back and say clicks to a website. So this will be Domino's.com. It's going to go check some website information. It's going to go ahead and help you try to find images from your account that you could end up using. Go ahead and write a headline, write some kind of text so that you can do this. Same type of thing. It's talking about the number of audience people. So at this point, I'm going to still stay with the United States. I'm going to come back in here to our 18 to 49. I'm going to go ahead and just leave it at the all. In terms of relationship status, I could come down in here and I could find outdoor activities, sports, people who've talked about baseball, 32 million people within those age groups, football, 38 million people. You could do this by some kind of an education level. Anyone, you could say college grad, which is immediately going to go ahead and change the number of people to 16,200,000. And literally, if there's specific colleges or specific majors that you want to go ahead and target, you can do that too. Again, it's still going to give me the ability to check out what my budget is per day, give a name for the account so it's easier to track. If you have some kind of third-party help, you can go in here and manually bid for clicks rather than just using the built-in kind of Facebook kind of offering. But again, you can click through on these pages, and as long as you're not going to go here to hit review order or place the order, you can use this to see what potential size audience do you end up having, and then come back in and think, this is for the total number of impressions. You can also set this up to track it based on the number of clicks, which is in a way kind of what we're doing here. Number of people who like your brand or basically start to follow you on Facebook. And we could change this to be all different kinds of parameters. I want to target people who are 18 to 35 who are interested in sports so that I can see what different audience sizes would be on some of those things. So that's basically using Facebook's advertising tools to help you look at different audience sizes and give you an idea of how much you might end up being charged for some of these things.